So I am all for women empowerment. I am all for you getting your just due. I am all for you going out there and getting it. I'm all for you getting equal pay in the position. If you're CEO and the other person is CEO, just because he's a man, he gets paid more than you, that's wrong. Now, with that being said, the problem comes in where the devil sneaks into the garden and says, you should get as much as him and you don't need him. Yes, 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 I am woman, hear me roar. I don't need no lion in my life. And now watch this now. It goes, and if you're not careful, it's subconscious messaging that you hear in the shows or that you hear in the music, and it's always a smash hit. When there's a I don't need no man song, it's a smash hit, #1 for months. Why? Because the enemy loves division. The enemy loves anything that is counter to God's original design. He is going to champion that. And so now you had a whole generation of women that grew up, throw your hands up, and you couldn't say nothing to any sister anywhere. Because I don't need, remember that I can do bad all by myself. Ooh, they had it right on their lips. You heard it, fellas? It was right on the tip of their tongue. I can do bad all by what I need you for, and I got a job, and I got my own car. And then add to that the misconception that this man, husband, son, grandson, nephew, co-worker, is needy. Not only am I an independent woman, I don't need no man in my life, but you needy too? Got the nerve to be needy and I don't need you? You can't win. You can't win. And so the misconception is that men are needy, and I wanna let you know something, that we are not needy. I'm gonna stand for us, fellas. I got you. We're not needy, but we need to be needed. Come on for the fellas in the back. Come on, give me some. I'm going to speak this thing for you. We need to be needed. I need you to go back to the garden. And one of the first things that God did after he created all that he created, out of the dust of the ground, he formed man. And he breathed the breath of life into man, and man stood upright. And then after he gave man, woman, God bless her, what he said is, here's my garden. Tend to it and keep it. Now, what would happen? Because Eve understood. I mean, you know what happened. But Eve understood. She said, this is our role. This is what we do. God said, whatever you see, name it, and that's what it's going to be. Imagine if Eve just turned to him and said, I don't need no Adam and start doing all of this. What's Adam going to do? You see, the reality is God said to Adam, this is my garden. Tend to it and keep it. What did he do? He gave Adam purpose. He gave Adam a position. He gave Adam a job. He gave Adam something to do. In other words, son, I need you to tend to this garden of mine. I need you to keep it. And this is one of the first things that God did. It's innately wired for us to play a role. It's innately and wired in us to be needed to do something. And the minute we feel or are made to feel like we're unnecessary or we're not needed, the reality is most men don't open their mouth and say, hey, I'm needed. See me. I'm needed. We don't do that. Instead, we'll just regress. And we'll go back in a defensive cocoon, and we'll build a wall because we need to feel safe. Remember that. And so we'll build the wall. And this is why it seems like he's just emotionally unavailable. It's not that he's emotionally unavailable. It's he's built a wall because somewhere along the line, either society or his job or his home or his marriage has made him feel unnecessary. It's in us from the beginning. What do I do when I'm not needed? And then there are some environments where the world and the household and the job and the marriage is dead set on reminding them every day, I don't need. That is one of the most hurtful things that you can say to your sons, your grandsons, your nephews, your mentees, whoever it is, I don't need you, or they don't need you. I'm telling you, it cuts deep. And most men aren't willing to open their mouths and verbalize how badly that hurt. We are not needy. We need to be needed. That's it. And so ask yourselves, with all the men that you have in your life, how have you made them feel like they were necessary in your life? Let them know. The same way, ladies, you want to be told or reminded about how beautiful you are? Yeah, I know you're bad already. I don't need nobody to tell me. I know. But don't try to act like it doesn't feel good when somebody says, you look amazing today. I'm not hitting on you. I just want to let you know you just are killing them today, my sister. Go ahead with your bad self. Don't act like that don't feel good. In the same way, it feels good for a man to say, you're needed in this household. I know you're doing what you got to do anyway, but I just want to let you know you're needed in our child's life. You're needed, and I can't do any of this stuff without you, babe. I need you. And sometimes you think that those are, okay, I'm going to go home and I'm going to do that. It's a magic word and everything's going to be the way it's supposed to be. But the problem is sometimes we've been hearing that we're not needed for so long. It's kind of like we got to get up out of this rut, because for so long we've been made to feel unnecessary. In this garden of God's creation, made to feel like we ain't called to name nothing. We're not called to tend to nothing. They got it. Woo! Thank you, Jesus.